the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a live edition of Aaron's Hour, coast to coast, coming to you from Virginia Beach, Virginia. That's right. I am Aaron Phillips, which is good because if my name wasn't, the title of the show would really be stupid, wouldn't it? Anyway, thank you for joining me today, making me part of your Saturday, along with my buddy Jeff Zieber sitting next to me. He is from Mosquito Joe. Zieber. No, I said it right. I've been practicing it all day. What do I know? That's why I have a degree in math, not English, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff is from Mosquito. Jeff. Yeah, right, Jeff. I don't know where I'm. You know what it was? I was up late last night because of Manila and Kiwanis Connect. So a quick shout out to Doc Val. Congratulations. She is a new Kiwanis International trustee, takes office October 1st later this year. So congratulations to everybody involved in helping her get elected. And man, I was up till 12 o'clock East Coast time, which was only lunchtime out there. But boy, I was struggling to stay awake, man. Let me tell you, and I was struggling to get up this morning. So if my English is a little slow and bumpy, just know it's because I was watching the Philippine channel last night. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Jeff works for Mosquito Joe's. He's one of the technical advisors, muckety mucks, and knows the stuff. We'll talk about pest care, pest control, and whatever you want. We'll talk about it with him after the break. As always, you know where you can find us. I got 3 pages on Facebook. This page that you're currently watching, WVBV TV. That's the logo that's over Jeffrey's head right up there. And of course, thank you for playing along. WWDB TV. And of course, on YouTube, the same 3 channels. And then tomorrow on DBTV.TV, 1 p.m., Aaron's Hour shows a rerun on David Bruner's channel out there, DBTV.TV. John is in his home studio. Good morning, Mr. Stiles. How are you, sir?
Outstanding, I'm told.
Get inside. It's cooler because it's hot out there. Oh, I see the cat back there. I see.
No, that's my dog.
Oh, that's your dog's tail?
Yeah, here, come here.
I bet it looked like your cat.
She's too big. Look, she can almost fit under the desk.
Oh, because your cat has come across your keyboard every once in a while.
Yeah. He's running around here someplace, probably sleeping.
Probably sleeping. Yeah, I know. I tend to do that to my audience, but anyway.
Yeah, seriously.
So you were smart. You didn't stay up to watch the feed in Manila last night.
I'm right here. No, not at all.
No, not a high show.
I already knew what was going to happen, so what's the point?
Exactly. Did you have Mystic Mona tell you?
No, I just knew.
Yeah, she did a great job last night with her speech. So congratulations to her and the entire team, Judy Goad and Chuggy and everybody out there for managing and being her.
Who were the other 2 winners?
Mary Ramsey. She was actually a past guest.
Okay.
Actually, all of the candidates were guests on Kiwanis Connects over the previous couple of months.
Right.
And Nagado was his last name. I'm blanking on his first name, but it's up on. You can go to Kiwanis International.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Let's put it this way: 3 of the 5 candidates that appeared on Kiwanis Connects won last night.
I think it's going to be fun to watch what happens this coming year.
Absolutely.
Because of the new trustees.
Yeah, absolutely. And, who knows what effect that'll have with Val and her availability to the show on Fridays. But
that was the first thing I thought about.
Well, but here's the thing. It all depends on what district she's going to be assigned to and time zones and all of that. But the good news is, as always, it's 9 a.m. Pacific time when we go live with Kiwanis Connect. So hopefully it won't impact her schedule too much.
Hey, if we need to make some adjustments, we can make some adjustments.
Or we just get roving guest hosts with her. That's all.
There you go. Okay.
Johnny Carson did it for years. Why can't Kiwanis Connects?
Well,
all right. There you go.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right. There you have it. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very good.
Are you happy you're here today?
I am. I am.
So Jeff and I met actually within the last month. We're both members of the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce. Mm-hmm. The Palace of Pickleball, my good friend Lisa out there, she was hosting last month's monthly chamber meeting where all the members get together for an hour and a half of networking and hellos and all the new members. And we started chatting. And, it's good to know that every once in a while the systems work. And your reputation kind of precedes you in a positive way sometimes. And Jeff came up to me and we started chatting about what I do, what he does. I mean, when you say pest control, you pretty much have a good idea about what somebody does. So we were chatting about his business and how long he'd been in it. And he said, I'd like to learn more. Maybe come on your show. I'm like, well, come to my office. Let's do this, dude. And so that's why we're here today. We'll get to Jeff in more detail about that. But first, we're going to have some goofy storylines.
Sounds good.
You're watching Aaron's Hour, so that means one thing. It's time for Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
with a nod to the past and an eye to the future. Here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
Who's your favorite Batman? We're having our own conversation. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
So probably have to be the original.
Adam West?
Yeah, Adam West.
Attaboy. Attaboy. I showed you the back of my phone.
Yes,
didn't I?
yes, I love
There
that.
you go. I don't know if you all can see that, but there I am sitting in a Batmobile with an Adam West cowl on. Yes, I grew up on Adam West. I mean, so, you can't not. As a matter of fact, when he died all those years ago, in my opinion, national holiday should have been declared. So I'm just saying. All right, let's hit it with some news. So this is a mixed bag of news for all you back there in Las Vegas. Of course, State Line, which is about 30 miles south of Las Vegas, heading into California. Prim, Nevada, that's where you had Wild Bill's Casino and Prim Resort and all of that. Well, over the years, it was kind of like not doing very well in business. It was also, though, a great place when like Mega Bucks and all the big jackpots, and you can only buy them in California because Nevada doesn't have any of that stuff because all your casinos are greedy out there. So news came down that Prim Casino and all those properties out there were supposed to close by July 4th. And you're talking about well over 300 employees at the last casino would have lost their jobs. Well, there's a family chain of casinos out there called Terrible Herbst, which also happens to be a gas station company out there, which, yeah, you've frequented Vegas.
Yes,
Terrible Herbst.
Yes.
So Terrible Herbst got the go-ahead this past Thursday to take over operations of the casino properties that were previously destined for closure. The planned Terrible Herbst takeover was announced earlier this month and came as welcome news to employees of the properties of the Nevada-California State Line, previously operated by the Prima Donna Company, LLC. On May 6th, Prima Donna executives informed employees that the State Line casino properties would permanently close on July 4th. Happy July 4th. Putting them out of jobs and in some cases out of company housing, because I did not know this. There's a property there that many of the employees actually are allowed to use and rent from because of where they are. I mean, they're a relatively long drive from, let's say, Las Vegas proper out there or coming in from Cali. And if you hit it wrong with the traffic, forget about it. So a filing with the Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehab listed 344 permanent layoffs. Well, fortunately, Governor Joe Lombardo and Clark County Commissioner Chair Michael Naft stepped in to help speed up the process so they can continue to keep things open by July 1st, which is only a couple of days away. While the properties at the State Line are nostalgic for many hotels, locals, and visitors, they've obviously struggled. Buffalo Bills ceased operations last summer, a move that came less than a year after Affinity Gaming suspended its operations of Whiskey Pete's right across the highway. Now, there is, as I mentioned, there is a Lotto store there. The Lotto store plans to close temporarily around July 4th, but does plan to reopen a couple of weeks afterwards. People on social media applauded the decision, with comments including that Terrible Herbst is a brand everyone recognizes in the Las Vegas Valley area, and hopes that the roller coaster will reopen soon, and relief that the jobs are being saved. So good job, Terrible Herbst. I know gas prices are probably, John, what's the average gas price out there nowadays?
Actually, we just dropped to $3.89.
Okay. I think my gas station is at $3.59.
Yeah, that's
kind of something like that.
That's kind of what I'm seeing too.
So regardless of the Terrible Herbst prices out there, given what they just did for those people, go out there and get a tank of gas from Terrible Herbst. Tell them Aaron Phillips said so. They'll charge you double and then give you 50% off. Anyway, all right, let's bring it closer to home. Virginia resident wins $50,000 on a Maryland lottery ticket. There you go. A Virginia woman celebrating this lottery win after purchasing a Maryland bonus match 5 ticket while visiting her father. Okay, she went to Maryland to visit family. I'll accept that. That's good. Bring in Maryland's money. That will work too. The woman, who's from Virginia's Tidewater region, which is the region that we are currently sitting in right now, stopped at Lucky Superette, located at 1101 Odenton Road in Odenton on the 12th of June, purchased a $2 quick pick bonus match 5 ticket before returning home. She got back to Virginia. She checked the ticket, discovered that one of her 3 number combinations matched the 5 that was necessary to win the 50 G's. Good for her. The winner said she was both nervous and excited when she realized she had won, and immediately called her father to share the news. Federal employee, she said as a federal employee, she plans to use part of the winnings for a vacation while placing most of the prize winnings into savings. And of course, I don't know if you know this, but places like the Superette that sold this ticket, they actually get a 10% of whatever the winning ticket
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
So the Superette got a $500 bonus for
That's
selling
nice.
her the ticket. All right.
That's nice.
One thing I did mention at the beginning, this is the go-home show for July 4th. Next Saturday is the 4th of July, where officially we get to celebrate 250 years of our country. And then the next day, you get to celebrate 62 years of me. Anyway, so I thought what would be fun, you a big July 4th celebrator?
I love the 4th of July.
What are some of your plans that you do for July 4th?
Well, right now we have plans with some friends on Friday of next week.
You know the 4th is the next day.
Yes,
Okay, I just
yes,
want to make sure
yeah.
you're aware.
Yes. But yeah, we plan on doing something on that Friday.
Okay.
Like later in the afternoon. But yeah, I love it, especially with it being the 250 this year. It's
Absolutely.
really cool.
Did you go down to Harbor Fest at all last week? Did you
We
go-
never made it because the weather was so nice.
Yeah.
We were at the beach.
Okay.
Both days.
Yeah, well, the Friday, the
So-
weather was bad when it all kicked off.
Yes.
But then, yeah, the
Yes.
weekend, my
Yeah.
wife on Saturday, Sunday, one of the days last, she goes, "Do you want to go take a ride to see the ships?" I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with that traffic down in Norfolk. No, thank you. John,
Hey, I want to jump in here because I just
Yeah.
found out something a couple days ago.
hit it.
The Sons of the American Revolution and the Daughters of the American Revolution on the 8th of July are going to be recreating the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence. That's going to take place at 6 p.m. in Philadelphia and across the whole entire country at that same time. Different organizations will also be reading it. So they'll all be doing it at the same time. So you should check out your local area there and find out, where they're going to do it or whatever. I just thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. So if you missed that information, ladies and gentlemen, you can go back on the rerun after we're off the air and pick up that information. All right, so let's talk about some July 4th facts, if you don't mind. 9.4 billion, with a B, is the amount of money Americans plan to spend on 4th of July food. $9.5 billion in total on food for July 4th.
It's a lot of
That's not counting the guy who eats all those hot dogs at Nathan's for the July 4th.
It's a lot of bratwurst.
That's a lot of brats. Yeah, don't be downwind of anybody that overdoes it. All right. 150 million. That's the number of hot dogs eaten each 4th of July, and 149 million of them is that guy from the Nathan's hot dog stuff. Okay. Over $4 billion is the amount of money Americans plan to spend on 4th of July, beer and wine. We got to have something to I'm surprised it's not higher, to be honest with you.
I feel like
That's half of what people spend on food.
I feel like 90% of that's beer.
Right. Yeah, I don't see much wine going down with hamburgers and
No.
sauerkraut. $2.95 billion is estimated amount spent on fireworks in 2025. However, 66% of firework injuries occur within a month of July 4th.
Yeah, because they're too eager. They
Wait.
want to play. They
Don't
wanna
be a
play.
Jason Pierre-Paul. If everybody knows who that is from the former New York Giants, went to Tampa Bay, blew off 3 fingers.
Yes, I forgot about that.
I'm a Giants fan. That's why I remember stuff like that. $3.9 million is the value of American flags that are imported every year. That's all. Food is $1 billion. Flags are $1 million. Go figure. And 72.2 million people who travel 50 or more miles from home for the July 4th holiday. Now, how about the top 100 cities for the best places to celebrate July 4th?
Interesting.
What would you think would be number one?
I mean, obviously, it sounds like it would be Philly, but I want to say it would be Concord.
See, you're going from the historical angle.
I am.
Most people don't think like that.
I do.
John, you would. John, you want to take a guess as to who would be number one in the list of the best and worst places to celebrate July 4th?
I'd have to go with Philly. Wait, did you say the best places?
Yep, best and worst places. So what's the number one best place to celebrate July 4th? Wallet Incorporated.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas was number one.
Wow, really?
And there's 18 different
If you've
metrics.
ever been here on 4th of July, you'll know why.
That's right.
Interesting.
10 casino. Is it 10 this year still, shooting fireworks off the top of their roofs, John?
Yeah,
10, right? And then synchronized with music. So 10.
I have an interesting July 4th story.
Go for it.
I had a friend come out. This was years ago. You may remember this. Just to see the fireworks in Las Vegas,
Right?
because she had heard so much about it. So she flew all the way from Little Rock, Arkansas, here, And we were out on the Strip, and you know the bridge that crosses over, one of the bridges that crosses over the Strip?
Over the
So we're
boulevard.
standing up there, and 9 p.m., one firework goes off.
Oh, well, that's usually like the warning test shot, right?
That was the year that they were doing everything from the Silver Bowl.
Oh, shit.
So the joke, I mean, you could see them way off in the distance from where we
Right.
were. But the joke became that she came out to Las Vegas that one year to see the firework.
Yeah, the fire. That must have been disappointing until you guys realized what was going on. But anyway,
Yeah,
so
we made our own fireworks. So.
Oh, I'm sure you did. You didn't go bust, did you? Anyway, oh, that's the one I want. Here you go. Number 1 was Las Vegas. Number 2 was New York City. Number 3 was Orlando. Number 4, Los Angeles. So far, the top 4, I don't think there's really any surprise.
Yeah.
Number 5, however, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
That's interesting.
And number 6 was its twin city, St. Paul.
Wow.
You guys mentioned Philadelphia. According to the survey, would you believe Philadelphia is number 85
Oh my God.
on this list? And would you believe that Pittsburgh is 18? Why is Pittsburgh a better place than Philadelphia? You would think for the history.
Well, with having family roots and friend roots from Yinzer Nation,
Okay.
they have amazing food.
I was out
and
there
they're
last
known
year for a
their
convention.
food.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were staying
Yes.
right by the ballpark. So we
Okay.
were down right there. So it is very nice.
Yes.
So here's some other cities of note on this list. San Francisco was number 7. Sacramento was number 10. San Diego was number 11. Washington, D.C., 16.
Wow.
North Las Vegas, I don't know why they separated them out, but they're 35. Anaheim, 37. Reno was 43. Our very own Virginia Beach was halfway in the list at 48.
Okay.
Henderson was 60. Baltimore was 64. And we already just talked about Philadelphia. So if
Is Concord even on the list?
Concord even on the list? No, they're not on the list. They're like, they're not. But Cincinnati, Ohio is, So there you go. This is courtesy of wallethub.com if you want to check the news on that. All right, before we go to break real quickly, I want to touch on the fact that it is National Calendar Day, and I found some interesting days to celebrate. For those of you who don't know what National Calendar Day, when you turn on your news, read your newspaper, for those of you who still do, it's like National Pizza Day, Ice Cream Day, Scratch a Squirrel Day, whatever it is. So here's what we got going on for June 27th. Today is National Sunglasses Day. To highlight, it's every June 27th, to highlight the importance of UV exposure. There you go. We don't have any UV in here, but I got ring lights. There you go. So I'll keep. I should have brought my lenses in. I didn't think about that. So there you go. So this is to help draw awareness to the dangers of UV exposure. National Ice Cream Cake Day. Now there you go. That's combining two favorites, isn't it?
Oh, my wife loves that.
Brings two celebration favorites, cake and ice cream. In the height of summer, an ice cream cake creates the perfect dessert for just about any. All I hear is, for those of you on the East Coast, if you remember Tom Carvel, right? Carvel ice cream. Hi, this is Tom Carvel. Fudgy the Whale's great for Father's Day. Anyway, serious one. National PTSD Awareness Day is today, June 27th. Recognize the effects of post-traumatic stress disorder has on the lives of those impacted. Here's one. National Onion Day. That's right, onions. Through all the years and sometimes the tears, National Onion Day on June 27th recognizes the flavor and aroma the bulb of the allium family brings to numerous recipes. And last but not least, before we go to break, today is National Orange Blossom Day. Encourages us to enjoy orange blossoms for their aesthetic beauty. Orange blossoms have been used in culinary dishes, desserts, and teas worldwide, and they add a slight citrus flavor to any dish. It's time to catch a whiff of orange-scented flavors and facts. There you have it, National Calendar Day. With that, when we come back on the other side, we're going to talk bugs on Aaron's Hour with Jeffrey. We'll be right back.
Stephanie Corcoran, branch manager of the Freedom Lending Team, is a dedicated VA home loan specialist that runs a team with one mission, serving those who have served our country. As a proud military family member, she understands the sacrifices that come with service. That's why Stephanie and her team are committed to making the VA loan process simple, clear, and tailored specifically for veterans and active duty families. Whether you're buying your first home or using your VA benefits again, you deserve a team that knows the ins and outs and puts your needs first. To chat with Stephanie, call 209-777-5160. At Freedom Lending Team, we don't just do VA loans, we specialize in them. Let us help you take the next step by bringing veterans home.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
Hi, we're back. Don't mind us. We're talking about pro wrestling. Anyway, welcome back to Aaron Zauer, Coast to Coast. Thank you for making me part of your Saturday. Today, all right, we're going to get a little serious here. Chiefy's out there, Mr. Chief. Good to see you, my friend. 15 plus years of experience in residential and commercial pest control, operations management, training others on how to do the job. You current associate certified entomologist. Entomology is kind of interesting. Did you ever watch, was it NCIS Las Vegas, the Las Vegas show?
I never really got into
CSI,
NCI.
not NCI,
Yeah,
CSI.
Never really got into that.
Well, the original series, the head of the lab, Gil Grissom was the character's name.
Yeah.
He was an entomologist.
Okay.
And they would go to crime scenes and he'd scoop up the bugs and
Yeah,
the
the
worms and be able to try
maggots.
to rate the
Yeah.
maggots and try
Yeah.
to figure out death based
Yes.
on that.
Yeah.
So is that what you do? You dig up bugs?
Well, let's put it this way: if I were ever to be called into as an expert witness in a court case,
Okay.
I have the credentials to be able to do
Really?
that. Yes.
So
I
you
could,
can do what Gil did.
I could technically.
Technically.
That's more forensic entomology.
Sure.
But that's not my thing.
That's interesting.
That's not my thing. I don't want to see any of that.
No worries. So you're an active board member of the Virginia Pest Management Association, serving as its treasurer, professional development committee chair, and member of the scholarship and legislative committees. Yeah, you're a muckety muck for
Oh, yeah.
Mosquito Joe, local company here in the Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads area. So talk about this a little bit. How did you even most people wake up in the morning. Most kids say, "I want to be a policeman, fireman, cowboy." How do you wake up in the morning and say, "I want to chase bugs around or kill them for the rest of my life"?
It's really funny that you mentioned that, because when I was a little kid,
Because you've been questioning that yourself, aren't you?
when I was a little kid, I was that kid that my mom had a picture of me playing in a mud puddle in my diaper. And so I always loved being outside. And then whenever my mom was doing laundry when I was a little kid, I'd have worms and stuff in my pockets and ladybugs, and never thought I would ever get into the bug world. And it's really funny because when I was in 4th grade, we had to make this bug book.
Okay.
And we had to do a bug book based off of every letter of the alphabet.
Okay.
So like a bug for A, bug for B.
Mhm.
And there were some letters that I couldn't figure out what bug to use, because I couldn't figure out like a bug that started the letter Q.
Yeah.
That would be
Supposed
really,
to be QU, wouldn't it, most of the time?
and so then I would make up my own bug. I'd call it the Q bug, and I'd draw some ridiculous looking bug and stuff. And my mom held on to this for years. And then when she found out that I got into the pest management industry, and she's like, "Hey, do you remember this bug book?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I forgot all about that." And she's like, "It's just ironic that you're in
Is
this field."
it proudly displayed somewhere?
No, I
Like
actually
on a fireplace?
I don't even know where it's
Oh,
at.
okay, that would've
I
been
couldn't
funny.
even tell you, but yeah, I forgot all about that.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. So that's where you
Yeah.
got your start.
Yeah.
So you're doing this for 15. What were you doing before you got into this industry? Dare I
Believe it or
ask?
not, this is actually a very common theme with everyone that's in this industry.
Okay.
Is that they were doing something that's completely random that had nothing to do with the industry. So
Okay.
prior to this, I was actually working at Geico. I was selling homeowners insurance.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and I hated it.
Okay. What is it? Was it just because you're cold calling so much? I mean,
No, it wasn't that. I worked in a call center here in Virginia
Oh,
Beach.
gotcha, okay.
And so it was just people calling in wanting quotes for homeowners insurance
Gotcha.
or renters insurance.
right.
And I hated being behind a desk. I hated getting the fluorescent light tan. I didn't like any of that stuff. So I
We had the ring light
and
thing
I'd much
going on
rather
right now.
be outside.
Sure.
And,
No, absolutely.
And so I just I swung. This is a long time ago. Swung by a company, just wanted to get into pest control.
Okay.
I just thought it'd be an interesting job.
So what led you to Mosquito Joe's? Because, and I say that, I want to preface this a little bit before you answer it. You know, in a lot of places like Las Vegas and here, real estate agents are a dime a dozen.
Right.
Right. You can't go 5 feet off the curb without throwing a rock and hitting somebody in those industries.
Yeah.
Right. And I think pest control in a lot of ways is similar to that there's a lot of companies out there.
Right.
My service, you and I talked about this privately. I have a different company that came to my house like the week I moved in, and they did the door knock, and I really worked well with the person who came knocking, and so we just jumped on it. But what separates, generally speaking, do you think? Paper just flew off my desk over here, folks. Ricky, leave my papers alone. What separates company A from company B? And then let's talk specifically about some of the things going on in Mosquito Joe.
Sure. So what separates like with Mosquito Joe from the other mosquito companies or even other pest control companies in general, is that every house is different. So we tailor our treatment to the house.
Okay.
So like at Mosquito Joe, we offer 3 different types of applications.
Okay.
You can either the all natural product, which is basically a garlic product.
Okay.
And it's just a deterrent, doesn't kill any mosquitoes. It just deters them away from a certain area.
Okay.
Those are for people that are really, really, protective of the pollinators. And they're also very protective of any kind of chemicals that are getting on their plants, because there are situations where if you do get certain like stronger chemicals on a plant, it can burn the leaf, which is completely understandable. And then we also have a really good botanical that we use from Nisus Corporation that smells like cinnamon and ginger. It smells really good. But that actually does kill mosquitoes, but it's still a very much safer option for pollinators. And then we have our synthetic products.
Okay.
And so we tailor our services to what the customer wants.
Gotcha.
And so that's kind of what separates us. So some other companies will have like a huge 100-gallon tank in the back of their vehicle that just has one product in it.
Gotcha.
And they have to use that product all day.
Gotcha.
Where with ours, we can tailor it to each customer.
So one thing that we'll talk about also is the fact that your company has been known to go down more of the commercial avenue. Right?
We just launched that.
Right.
Yes.
Versus the residential. So I actually said that backwards. You've primarily done residential, but now you're launching into the commercial side.
Yes.
So what was the trend? Is it because you guys were starting to get more requests from commercial, or was it just a part of the market that your company said now is the time we can move into it?
I would say a little both.
Okay.
So we wanted to expand our services because, obviously every company wants to grow.
Sure.
And that's how we grow. Because if you just stay in one lane, you're going to be siloed into one thing and you're not going to go anywhere.
Right.
But we wanted to say, okay, what else can we do to help grow? Because we definitely want to bring on more staff.
Sure.
We want to be able to better serve the 757 as much as we can. And by doing that, going into commercial is going to help tremendously.
So, but here's what I find interesting. How long has Mosquito Joe's been in this area?
So Mosquito Joe actually started in this area.
Okay. How long ago?
So they started back in 2010.
Okay.
It was a group of friends that got together and they wanted to start providing some type of mosquito service, and then it just kind of exploded.
Now, is it that you guys, obviously the name Mosquito Joe is taking care of mosquitoes, your primary insight that you guys go after?
Mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas. That's primarily the 3 that we take care of.
Okay.
But we also have our regular home pest defense that we do, where we treat outside of homes for ants and cockroaches and treat the inside, which we just launched.
Right.
So now we're doing the inside. And so, it's kind of hard to say, like with, our name's Mosquito Joe.
Right.
People just think that's all we do.
That's all you do, right? Right.
So,
and that's one of the reasons why you're here today, to kill that myth.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's kind of how. And I think now there's over 160 franchises now.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah,
so they're national.
Yeah, they're all over the country now.
You could go to mosquitojoe.com is the website. We're also running Jeff's information on the bottom of the screen. 757-752-0684 is his number. But you're not necessarily the salesperson that goes out, are you? Or do you do that?
I'm more of, if something commercial comes in, I will be the one to go out there and do a site visit, see exactly what they have going on, and then come up with a comprehensive plan to take care of it. So
does the infestation of certain pests run differently every year? Like one year it's,
So-
you're focusing on mosquitoes, the next year it's ants, the next year it's cockroaches, the next year it's the in-laws. I mean, I don't know. What is it?
A lot of it is weather driven. It's
Okay.
really like, so for example, it's been unusually dry here
Right.
for this entire spring.
Right.
And it's been unusually cold,
Mhm.
except for like the last
Except
few
for
weeks.
today.
But it's like we never really got like a good warm up until really mid-May, it
Right.
seems like. And so whenever the temperatures are low, it keeps the bugs at bay.
Okay.
So they're not like popping out and
Okay.
causing problems. And so it's been an unusual year.
And traditionally, with a lot of moisture, that's where the mosquitoes would come out
yes.
because of the humidity, because of everything
Yes.
from that standpoint. What I'm
Yes.
finding, and this is just a personal situation, and I've been having a tough time, so read into this what you will.
Yeah.
With my current service, taking care of ants outside around my pool and climbing all over the place, and a lot of red ants I'm seeing
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the red ants, those are ones that bite and nick and everything,
Yeah,
right?
they're probably southern fire ants,
Okay.
most likely.
Well,
Which
they know we're not totally in the south, right? They should stay further south.
that'd be nice, but they are creeping further north. I
Okay.
mean, I know about 10 years ago they were just kind of now getting into Virginia,
Okay.
but now I'm hearing cases of them being as far north as Richmond.
Wow. Okay.
So they're adapting.
Okay.
They're adapting to the climate.
Okay, yeah, because they're all over like my resin chairs, and we're trying to swat them off. And
Yeah.
I've had my service out twice already because I have the mosquito service and the
Right.
ant service, and it ain't going stiddly squat. Anyway, okay, so your specific role. So if somebody right now watching calls in
Mhm,
and they want to get a quote,
mhm.
they get somebody to come out and do a quote. But if they call you, you would take care of the call to somebody else. Say, okay, I'll have John Smith call you to set up an appointment.
So we have a couple of like fantastic staff members we have in the
Okay.
office that take care of the incoming calls.
Okay.
And then they're able to, they have a lot of access to a lot of different technology to really look at your property, see how
Okay.
big it is, and then kind of put in, okay, it's roughly going to take about this much time to do your service based off of what your house looks like.
Okay.
It's foliage, the plants that you have,
Mhm.
and then they can actually take care of that over the phone.
Gotcha.
The only time I ever get involved is if they have an unusual insect that they're
Okay.
not entirely sure what it is,
Okay,
and then I will go out there, identify it, and see what's going on.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
but you handle more of the technical side. You're also a trainer.
Yes.
So are you training the technicians that
Yes.
go out? So talk about that. What is it that you're teaching the technicians other than just chemical mixes, like Walking Bad? Walking Bad? Yeah, that was the show. You're not out in an RV mixing the chemicals. I'm sorry, I digress. But talk about what you do to teach the technicians when they go out.
So what I do is a lot of them, if some of them already come to the business already having experience, which is great. But sometimes I can come with some bad habits.
I was just going
And
to
so
say,
we
sure.
have to identify what those are,
Okay.
make some tweaks,
Okay.
and kind of fine tune them to be a more rounded technician.
Gotcha.
But I teach them almost every aspect of the job, from the customer service aspect of how to talk to a customer, understanding the chemicals, how they work, why they work,
Okay.
and then being able to identify certain insects, and knowing how to take care of them.
Gotcha.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
There's
sure
a lot. There's a lot, but
So somebody that's hired, let's say somebody who's new to the industry.
mhm.
Okay. I'm going to presume that you're not just giving them their route and off they go. on day one.
no.
So is there a
No.
training schedule?
Yes.
Is there a time before they're set
Yes.
free with clients? How does that work?
So in the state of Virginia, we're very heavily regulated by the Virginia Department of Agriculture and
Okay.
Consumer Services.
Right.
We're also regulated by the EPA.
Okay.
So with the VDAX, which is the acronym for Department of Agriculture here,
Okay.
is that they have to get licensed.
Okay.
So they're required to have minimum 40 hours of on-the-job training before they're even eligible
Okay.
to take that exam.
Gotcha.
So they have to be trained with a certified applicator
Okay.
while they're on the job, and then there's a nice thick book that they have to read, and I help them with that.
Sure.
I do. I break it down. I simplify it for them.
Okay.
I explain anything that may be confusing to them,
Okay.
and I kind of make it make sense to them.
Gotcha.
And so once they get past that point, then I will do a ride along with them for several days,
Okay.
just to make sure that they kind of got the flow right. We won't overload them with appointments. We'll probably give them maybe 8 to 10 appointments.
Okay.
And that way they kind of have enough time to like make sure they're doing it right. Because the biggest thing that they fear is that they're breaking the law.
Right. Well, sure. Your license is,
Yeah.
your license is your name. And
Yes.
it's your way of life.
Yes, because we're a label law state.
Mhm.
And so whatever the label says on the products, we have to follow.
Sure.
Any deviation around that, not good. So that's what their biggest thing is.
It's called logic.
Yeah.
Here's the recipe.
Yeah.
If you want it to work right, you better follow the label.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is that, whenever I do ride along, I'm like, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Yes, you're doing it right.
Right,
Stop worrying about it.
Well, and also too, the riding with the trainer too.
Yes.
So that kind of adds a
Yes.
little extra heat
Yes.
as well.
But I love teaching.
One thing I want to ask you, and you kind of talked about it earlier with some of the applications to make sure that they don't kill plants,
Mhm.
pet-friendly chemicals.
Yes.
Talk about that.
So a lot of our products are pet friendly
Okay.
as soon as they dry.
Okay.
It's when they're still actively wet is when it could potentially be an issue.
Okay.
And so whenever we do our services, we always tell our customer, hey, make sure you keep the dogs inside for at least 30 to 45 minutes after we're
Gotcha.
done. Let the product dry, and then it's completely safe for you to go back
Okay,
outside.
that's good. That's
Mhm.
good. All right, before we go to break, you know what, folks, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my favorite part of my interviews, and that's the goofy questions. That have nothing to do with anything. And I did warn Jeffrey when we met last week that these would be coming. I just didn't tell him what they were. So
Yes.
here you go. You ready for the goofy stuff?
I'm ready for the goofy
Who's your
stuff.
favorite actor of all time?
Tom Cruise.
Who's your? Oh, he was ready to go. Favorite actress of all time?
Ooh, favorite actress. I would have to say Melissa McCartney.
The humor side.
She's hilarious.
Absolutely. Favorite Melissa McCarthy movie?
Probably Bridesmaids.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was
movie's
good.
hilarious.
Favorite all-time movie, so that when it comes on your TV, you turn your phone off for the 2 hours. You grab your spouse, your favorite adult beverage.
Ooh.
You're not bothered by anything. So I'm stretching my question because it looks like you're struggling for a movie title.
I am.
What movie is it that with which you are watching uninterruptedly? Or you can go to a TV show or something you might binge watch.
Let's do TV show. That
Okay.
mibe easier.
There you go.
It's got to be Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Yes.
gotta be.
I never watched it.
It's.
I mean,
so
I would catch an
funny.
episode here and there, but yeah.
It's so funny.
Okay. We get that a lot. Assuming money were no object, and assuming you already don't have this parked in your driveway, what is your dream car you'd like to have one day?
Ooh, that would have to be a 1964 and a half Mustang.
64 and a half.
Yeah.
What, you want a half a car?
No.
Came out mid-year.
Yeah, that's no, that's
Okay.
why they call it
Of
that.
course,
But yeah,
of
that's my dream car. If
Okay.
I ever were to have one, it would be
Color?
one of those. It would probably have to be. It would have to be red,
Okay.
race red.
Race red.
Race
Apple
red.
red. Fire engine red.
Mhm.
Convertible?
Yes, for sure.
What would there be anything
For
else for a
sure.
Mustang? All right, last question, then we're going to go to break. What's your favorite music genre?
Country.
Country?
Well, no, let me take that back. It's got to be classic rock. All the hair bands,
Okay.
all of them.
He's always got to go for the hair bands, and I don't know why he has got to do that. All right, you're watching Aaron's Hour. I got more with Jeff, and we come back on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
You know, we take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Tapwater Community College.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
Stephanie Corcoran, branch manager of the Freedom Lending Team, is a dedicated VA home loan specialist that runs a team with one mission, serving those who have served our country. As a proud military family member, she understands the sacrifices that come with service. That's why Stephanie and her team are committed to making the VA loan process simple, clear, and tailored specifically for veterans and active duty families. Whether you're buying your first home or using your VA benefits again, you deserve a team that knows the ins and outs and puts your needs first. To chat with Stephanie, call 209-777-5160. At Freedom Lending Team, we don't just do VA loans, we specialize in them. Let us help you take the next step by bringing veterans home.
Hey, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Shout out to Stephanie Corcoran, Freedom Lending Team, Tidewater Community College, Sky4, and Coastal Athletics. Stephanie, shout out to you. Thank you for your kind words yesterday on your Facebook feed for the gift, the little sharing of JJ Watt love for you. She sent me a picture last night when she got home. She was wearing it. She was all happy. And so, it's, you know what, folks? It's the little gestures. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you for making me part of your day. So we're here with Jeffrey Zeber. He is the chief technician muckety muck for Mosquito Joe's. By the way, if you look in the monitor, you see your logo on your shirt.
It's all but like
It's all,
blue,
so
yeah.
his logo, they're actually green, but
Yes.
because of the green, it's going through his chest to the back wall.
Yes.
Although it looks pretty cool. It looks like
It
it's
does.
flashing.
It does.
Flashing thing. You can't read it. Just says mosquito on there. Like I should swat you or something. But anyway, all right. So here's a question. I like asking this of my guests from different industries. There's always myths that people have these perceptions of certain industries.
Mm-hmm.
Give me like the top 3 myths or things that you hear that are just totally wrong that you now have the opportunity to fix and get straight right now to the audience.
All right. Let's
All
do
across
this.
you're
Okay.
going to make a difference to the world today by fixing these
All right.
myths.
I can give you a few.
All right, let's do it. Give me a
so
couple.
Probably the one that probably bugs me, no pun intended, bugs me the most
Don't be a pest.
is probably the misconception of Lyme disease and ticks.
Okay.
Now, Lyme disease is only transferred by one tick, and that's
Okay.
the black-legged tick, otherwise known as the deer tick,
Okay.
where a lot of people think that it's all ticks.
Okay.
and there's
Gotcha.
so many different species of ticks. You got
Okay.
your Lone Star tick, your American dog tick, your brown dog tick.
You got a TikTok?
So funny you mentioned that. So my wife and I actually did a presentation together at the Virginia Pest Management Association talking about vector-borne illnesses, where
Okay.
she talked about all the medical side of everything.
So she's a doctor of sorts?
She's a physician assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a PA.
Okay.
And I talked about all the entomology and ecology side of everything.
Gotcha.
And so we kind of merged our minds together and did this presentation. And that was the name of our presentation. It was called TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
TikTok. Should have been TikTok.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. But yes, it's only carried
by one flea.
One tick.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
That's it. So
No,
nothing
so
else.
where is that tick prominent? Like, is it prominent here in Virginia Beach, or
So
is it a
it's-
mountain tick because it's a deer?
I would say it is a lot more prominent in the New England area.
Okay.
But deer ticks are pretty much all over the country,
Okay.
essentially. Not everywhere, but mostly everywhere.
Gotcha. Okay.
The ones that we have here most commonly are the American dog ticks,
Okay.
Lone Star ticks, and deer ticks. Those
Gotcha.
are the 3 main ones that we have.
But it's the deer tick is the one that,
Yeah,
that
the
gets
Lyme
you the Lyme
disease.
disease. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's fair.
I would say the second one that probably bothers me the most is probably because here in Hampton Roads, everyone calls a water bug a water bug.
Right. The hard shell, black
Yes.
looking cockroachy
Yes.
thing that comes up your drain and catch you in the
Yes.
butt when you're on the toilet.
And it's actually
Not that I've had that happen.
It's a cockroach. It's not a water bug.
Okay.
So it's an American cockroach. There's another one that looks identical to it called a smoky brown cockroach.
Okay.
But everyone calls them water bugs. It's not a water bug. There actually is a true water bug
Okay.
that looks nothing like a cockroach.
Okay.
But you see those a lot down in Sandbridge.
Okay.
And that's the other one.
So what brings them into the house? Because
good question.
because cockroaches,
Yes.
when
Yes.
you mention cockroach, you think the dirty restaurant, the
Yes.
run around, bar rescue, John Tapper's camera guys are always
Right.
fun,
right.
But my house is clean.
Yeah.
Everything, and every
Yeah.
once in a while they'll pop up somewhere
Right.
and freak the crap out of you because they're like this big and it says Goodyear across the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what gets them in?
So a lot of it has to do with the weather.
Okay.
So these guys don't want to be in your house.
Okay.
But what drives them into the house is an excess amount of humidity or moisture.
Okay.
It's usually one of those two things.
Okay.
And a lot of times these guys are living out in trees or under rocks or
Right.
under a log pile. And so whenever they get too much moisture,
Okay.
they have to find some way to get to drier ground. And
Gotcha.
sometimes that can be your house.
Gotcha.
Now, the key is once they get into your house, they can't remember how to get
get
back out. They're not very smart
No.
insects. And so a lot of times when you do find them, they are dead because it's too dry in your house.
Okay.
There's no food in there for them.
Right.
And so that's when you usually find them belly up.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
yeah, they're not very smart. They don't know how to get back outside.
I've found quite a few that are still moving in my house every once in a while.
And
And
if
that's when the wife freaks out.
If you see them still in your house and they're moving around, they just got in your house. They
Gotcha.
haven't been in there very long.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
yes, I call them wife screamers because that's usually what happens.
Nothing could be further from
Yeah.
a lie. That is
Yes.
so true. My wife, I can be at one end of the house, she's on the other. Ah! And I'm thinking she fell off, her arm's hurting or something.
Yes.
No, can you get rid of the bug? I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
I usually
Wife
can
screws, I
tell
love it.
by what kind of bug got into my house.
By
based
the
off-
level of scream?
Yes. That's usually how it works.
Or you need to put a grading chart together and sell that. You'd make $1 million.
Or the one thing when my wife was in college and she was when I was at work and stuff, and there would be a bug to get in the house, she would send me a picture of a textbook on the floor. She's
And
like,
it was underneath?
yes. And she'll say, you'll have something to clean up when you get home. Got it.
Just like,
So,
just like when a dog poops in your house. You'll have something to clean up
but-
when you get home. That's fun.
But the other thing about these roaches too is that I call them the Hampton Roads mascot
okay.
because everybody gets them.
Okay.
It's normal.
Give me one more myth.
Other myth is, do all mosquitoes bite?
Okay.
So the answer is no.
Okay.
So it's the female mosquito is the one that's really sucking your blood.
Okay.
That's mainly the one who is actually doing all this.
Insert your wife joke any way you want right there about the female mosquito sucking blood. That's all I'm going to say.
The male mosquitoes, a lot of times they are born with a birth defect.
Oh.
Or
Insert your male joke.
I know, right? But a lot of times their mouth parts are either underdeveloped or they're just missing, period.
Really?
Yeah. So they don't have the ability to actually latch onto your body and actually put its proboscis into your skin.
Wow.
It doesn't have the ability to do that.
Okay.
So, and the way you can tell the difference between a male and a female is that males have really, really fluffy antennae. They look like giant eyelashes.
Okay.
And so that's how you can tell the difference between a male and a female.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's it.
You must have great dinner conversations.
You should see the dinner conversations my wife and I have.
I'm sure.
So there's a lot of things she does that I think is gross. I do a lot of things that she thinks is gross. And so our dinner conversations are quite entertaining.
MosquitoJoe.com. Now, that is a general website. And as Jeffrey mentioned earlier, there's over 160 franchises across the country. So make sure you enter the zip code of where you live. So whether you're in this area, which would benefit him, or if you're in California or Vegas, punch in your zip code, and I'm sure the local franchisee will pop up on your computer. But if you want to get to Jeff directly with a question, or he can at least direct you to where you need to go, his number scrolling on the screen, 757-752-0684 is his number. He'll get back to you, or at least direct you to where you need to go. We do have an email here, Jay Zeiber. I want to say Zeiber.
You'll get it right eventually.
No, because I taught English and it was always E-E-I, and it's a long sound. But anyway, J-Z-E-I-B-E-R. And MosquitoJoe.com is his email if you want to get to him direct. Okay. Before we went to break, I asked you about your favorite music genre.
Yes.
You're driving around town, either in your Mosquito Joe vehicle or your personal car. You had a red light.
Yep.
Do you ever do karaoke?
I have some stories of karaoke, but I kind of don't want to share.
No.
them.
That'll be for another episode. So you're at this red light.
Yeah.
What is your favorite all-time song that'll come on that you'll sing karaoke to in your car, regardless of what people are going to see you do and how you do it, looking into your car, laughing their butt off? That song is what?
More Than a Feeling by Boston.
That's a good song, though.
Love that song.
That's a good song. I'm not a big country fan, as you are, as it was one of your genres you mentioned.
Yes.
But to me, Devil Went Down to Georgia is about the only country song that I really enjoy.
Okay,
by
I
Charlie
gotcha.
Daniels. Okay. Anyway, favorite all-time vacation spot that you'd like to go to someday?
That I haven't been to yet.
Hence when I said that you'd like to go to someday.
Okay. Sorry.
No,
I
it's okay.
misunderstood that.
That's okay. But if your favorite spot is a place you want to return to, that's fine. It's
I
your answer.
I'd have to say probably Italy.
Okay.
It would have to be Italy.
Okay.
I know my wife wants to go to Italy so bad, and we talk about it all the time.
Okay.
And it's just we aren't able to make it happen.
Sure. Not yet. Do you have
We'll get
kids?
there. No kids.
No kids yet. Better do it now before you have kids. It'll be easier. Trust me when I tell you that. Favorite meal, top to bottom, starting with an appetizer. What's your favorite app?
Ooh, favorite app.
If you have one.
My wife kind of got me turned on to this now. Now my favorite app is Oysters Rockefeller.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good.
Favorite entree. Keep in mind, it could be a combination of different things, whatever
Okay.
your main dish would be.
I would say Italian food wise, I would say just your basic spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay.
I'm very classic like that.
Okay. Garlic bread.
Yes,
of course.
for sure.
Got to have something to push the meatball.
Over
of
to the
course.
seafood department.
Okay.
I would say anything that is like a seafood burrito.
Okay. Like a street taco kind of thing.
Or
Or it's got to be in the soft shell. for
It's
you.
got to be in a soft
Like a-
shell.
okay,
And
gotcha.
it needs to be as big as my forearm. That's what's my requirement.
Okay. Very good. Dessert.
Ooh, dessert. I would have to say probably it'd have to be chocolate cake.
7-layer cake.
Oh, for
Definitely
sure.
fudge.
Yeah.
Mousse.
Sure. Yes.
Sprinkles on top.
Yeah.
Chocolate chips.
Yeah.
I'm in a coma just giving you that stuff. Favorite adult beverage with dinner.
Ooh, I would have to say a nice glass of red wine.
Okay. Even if you're having seafood, because seafood is usually white wine.
That's
isn't it?
usually a white wine.
Red is with meats
Yeah.
usually.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, it's your meal. I don't
Yeah,
care.
absolutely.
You want to mix and
Yeah,
match.
absolutely.
MosquitoJoe.com, 757-752-0684 is Jeffrey's number. If you forget or miss any information, just go back. As soon as we are off the air, it's available on Facebook and YouTube as a video. You can go back and catch all the information that we talked about. All right, let's get back to seriousness. So we have a couple minutes left, and I just want to give you basically open mic at this point.
Sure.
Share with my audience whatever you feel is important regarding Mosquito Joe, the importance of maintaining pest control at your house or business, all that sort of stuff.
So maintaining mosquito control, we do
really we should call it bug control.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Since you've
Yeah,
you're more than just mosquitoes.
Is keeping up with it.
Okay.
There's a lot of times customers like to call in and say, hey, I'd like to do a one-time treatment. It's like, okay, yeah, we can do that for you.
Right.
But it's not going to get rid of your problem. It'll get rid of your problem very
for that
temporarily.
moment. Right.
Yes.
Right.
But maintaining it, making sure that you're keeping anything that's standing water around your house free of standing water. It could be bird baths, paint buckets,
No flooding after rain.
Yes, anywhere where there's water, mosquitoes are going to lay their eggs in there.
Okay.
When it comes to your around your home, making sure your gutters aren't clogged. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been to a house where I see trees growing out of their gutters.
I added the filter covers from a company. I won't mention them for free advertising as soon as we got out of here.
I gotcha.
Something about filtering leaves, I think, is what was the company's name. They filter leaves?
Oh, I got you. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I get it. And then keeping your house clean.
Okay.
Don't give.
You're talking about internally as well as outside.
Internally, don't give bugs a reason to be there.
Okay.
Period. Don't give them a reason at all.
Makes sense.
And then that's how you can really, really help if you do have, ongoing pest control. I call it bridging the gap of service.
Okay.
Help me, help you.
Sure.
Type thing.
Okay.
And
how would you? This is going to probably be a very unfair question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. People who currently have pest control at their house come regularly, like I do. We know what we pay, right? You obviously, your company has got to know what the competitors are pricing, so you're all competitive within the market. How would you stack your pricing structure versus some of the competitors in town? Do you beat any price? Are you competitive? I mean,
I'd say
it's an unfair question, but
I'd say we're quite competitive.
Okay.
There are some companies out there that are pretty expensive, and there's some companies out there that are great.
Okay.
I mean, they do really, really good work.
Sure.
They have a good reputation. But to me, you get what you pay for. Period. Especially when it comes to this industry.
What would you expect an average monthly rate be for a good service company if you were to ballpark? And you can use Mosquito Joe as a number if you want.
I would say
like for regular monthly service.
Yeah, if you were doing monthly, especially for mosquito, because our services are actually every 3 weeks.
Okay.
Technically, it could span out the 4 weeks, but we do 3 weeks because that last week is when the chemical starts to kind of break down.
Sure.
So
momentum up.
But yeah, we're roughly right around that $90 to $100 a service,
and that's just for the mosquito coverage.
Yes,
so
that's
if
just for the mosquito.
So if somebody wanted full pest control, but the ants and the mosquitoes and the bees and spraying everything, that's a different package.
Yeah, it's a completely different package. It has, that takes care of the outside and the inside.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I would say we're pretty competitive.
Okay.
I would say most companies, if you were to break it down to a monthly payment, which it helps a lot of people in their budgets and everything is doing it. But the regular pest control we do is every other month.
Gotcha.
But if you were to break it down monthly, I would say if you're somewhere in that $40 to $50 a month range, that's kind of a good competitive market as far as money.
Yeah, I wanted the audience who's thinking about this, thinking, well, I'm paying X amount and I want to get a gauge to see where we're at. So good. That's good information to have. All right, again, it's MosquitoJoe.com. Jeff's number 757-752-0684. Mosquito Joe and Jeff is a member of the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce, so you know that there's a lot of equity and credibility behind that, because the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce doesn't just take anyone. I should know because they took me in. Anyway, thank you for coming in, my friend.
Sure,
appreciate you coming in.
Not a problem.
A couple of programming notes. In 30 minutes from now, approximately 30 minutes, actually it's probably close to about 40 minutes, 12:30 p.m. local time, The Voice of 757 will be airing part 2 of my 3-part series with Coach Chuck Hatcher, and former boxing champ James Bone Crusher Smith will be talking about his career. We're also talking about the Women's Professional Basketball Invitational Tournament Coming to Hampton Roads and Norfolk over at Chartway Arena in April. If you want more information about that, become a sponsor, WPBIT.pro. Now, if you missed the show, don't worry about it, because Monday or Tuesday of next week, just go to the Facebook page of the Voice of 757. On Facebook, you'll be able to see this week's episode as well as all my previous episodes since January on the Sky 4 channel for the Voice of 757. I want to thank my friends up there, Amanda, Kathy, Tom, Calvin, the rest of the crew up at Sky 4, and more importantly, John out in Las Vegas, who does my editing for the TV show as well. So if you don't like what you see, you can complain to John. Okay, with that, everybody, thank you for watching. Next week is July 4th. Check social media to see if we're going to do a show or do a re-air as we decide to kick back and enjoy the holiday. Thank you for watching. Make today and the rest of the weekend the best possible. Be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great one. When obviously I know the